Nicole in my backyard, quarantined up, ready to guide you through a very simple little yoga movement practice. And so, just to focus on the movement, there'll be a little bit of cueing on breath and subtlety, but I just wanted to give you guys something that would make you feel good. So, come into a seated position. It could be on the ground. If it's on the ground, put something underneath your hips, or grab a chair and have a seat in the chair as long as the spine can be tall, and we'll pretty much stay seated, so make sure you feel comfortable. And after you've done that, take a moment to just lengthen through the spine, close your eyes, and turn your attention to your breath. No need to change it yet, just see how it's going. You might notice if the right or the left nostril is more or less open than the other. Follow the breath from the nasal passage down, back of the throat into the body, and acknowledge where it's creating space. If you feel it in the belly, the chest, the front, the sides, the back, where does the breath touch? Notice if it feels smooth or rough, shallow or deep. And if the inhale or the exhale is the longer breath. Where our awareness goes, our energy flows, and often the will of the mind, attached to some desire, tries to create change. So as you watch the breath, you might also observe any tendency to change it, the mind wanting to manipulate it for some desired outcome. And to the best of your ability, try to just watch it. It's okay if it's hard to not change it. Just see how it goes. And begin now to intentionally change the breath. Draw your inhale through the nose. Guide it into your belly so that the belly expands big. Slow your exhale down now so that the exhale becomes longer than the inhale. It might be as little as a 1-second inhale and a 2-second exhale, or maybe an 8-second inhale and a 12-second exhale. Each person's breath pattern is different, so no worries. Just meet yourself where you are with honesty and sensitivity, non-judgment. If it's difficult to guide the breath into your belly, place your hand on the belly. This may help you to feel and draw the breath in and down. Exhale longer than inhale. You might notice your mind wandering or distraction occurring. That's all right. Just come right on back. Hook your attention, hook the mind to the movement and the sensation of your breath. Exhale longer than inhale. Now, as we move forward, I'd like for you to maintain that same breath pattern. Lengthen up through your spine. Your eyes can remain closed or open. Tuck the chin in and down toward the throat. So this is different than tipping your forehead forward. Rather, lift the crown of the head up. And once you've taken that action, take your right ear toward your right shoulder. Relax the right shoulder down. Let your head feel heavy. Inhale into your belly. Exhale longer than inhale. Draw your head back to center and take your left ear to your left shoulder. Relax the shoulder down. Clarify that you have not turned your face in the direction of the shoulder or sky, that you're looking straight forward and you've simply taken a lateral bend. Come back to center, chin to throat again. Now begin to rotate your head on an axis to turn the head right. Notice if you turn the head right, if your left ear lifts toward the sky, keep that ear down so that your ears and your eyes are level. Level with the horizon, and then come back to center and rotate your head to the left. Begin now to follow your breath. Inhale to come to center. Your entire long exhale to rotate. Inhale to center and exhale to rotate the other side, and keep going at your own pace now, the pace of your breath. If attention wanders, bring it back. Feel your hips against the ground, the contact of your clothing, anything that could be felt like mood or feelings, emotions. If there's busyness or rest in the mind. Remember, none of it is right or wrong. Just inviting ourselves to become present to what is real and happening. Once you've done each side equally, come to stillness in the middle. Tuck your chin back toward your throat again. So this is to make a lot of flesh kind of pack underneath the neck. And then tip your forehead forward. When you tip your head forward, clarify, and you can look at the video for some clarification, that your chin has not jutted away from the throat. Continue to take the chin up toward the sky or through the throat as you tip the forehead down. With each exhale, let go of unnecessary tension. As you hook the mind onto the breath, feel lengthening through the back body, through the spine. And with each exhale, let go of what does not serve you. Draw your head back up to center. Reach your left arm up to frame your ear, and if you're a little tight in the shoulder, you could bend at the elbow and place your hand on the crown of the head instead. With the arm either straight overhead or bent, draw your shoulder down away from your ear. Lengthen still through the crown of the head so that the head reaches into the hand. Lateral bend your body to the right. So if you're seated, the hand can come to the ground. If you're in a chair, there might be an armrest, maybe the elbow comes to it. You'll be able to figure that out. Just laterally bend to the right. Turn your heart, front heart space, slightly toward the ceiling. Whether the arm is straight or bent, draw the elbow backward. Clarify shoulder away from ear. Root down into your left hip in opposition so that you're creating a big opening in the left side body. Relax your face and jaw, and in a moment of stillness, still stay present to what moves. Your breath, your heartbeat, your attention, your eyes, whatever it might be. subtle adjustments in the body. Now draw back up, extend the arm overhead if it was bent, and lower it down into a comfortable place, and then reach the right arm up to frame your ear. Turn the palm in, root your shoulder down, and remember, keep the arm straight or bend the elbow so that the hand comes to the crown of the head. Work that right elbow back as you relax your shoulder down, and then lateral bend to the left, root down into your right hip. Energetically lift the right side body, the right armpit up. Turn the front heart space slightly toward the ceiling. Soften your face and neck. Draw back to center. Reach the arm overhead and then back down. And then let your arms rest beside you. So that can just be really heavy. And you can rest them on your legs, or you can let them come to the foundation that the hips are on. And then trace circles with your shoulders. We'll go both ways, so you can start either way you want. And as you trace circles with your shoulders, be slow, fluid, rhythmic, embodying the qualities of water. So if any part of it feels rigid, or I can't think of another word, but if anything feels rigid or tense, soften, simply embodying fluidity. Become curious about the size of the circle. So there might be a point that the shoulder can move a little more deeply into. So out of habit or not being mindful, that circle might not be as large as it actually could be. So inquire into even bigger. Way high with the shoulders, way back, way down. Now circle in the opposite direction. And then bring that action to stillness. Reach your left arm up to frame your ear. Bend the elbow this time, taking the hand to the back of the shoulder. Reach your right arm up to hold on to that elbow. And take the hand, press the elbow backward, and spin it inward so that the outer flesh of the tricep spins more toward the midline. So deepening external rotation. Once you've taken that action, if you're pretty flexy, that elbow might be pointing straight up. I'm a little tight in my shoulder, so you'll notice my arm is really angled forward. If I were to take my arm really, really high, the tendency would be to collapse, to do that through this arch of my low back. Tuck your front low ribs in and down. Keep neutral through your spine. Once that has happened, I just noticed my pants were falling, and I'll just have to check the video and make sure nothing inappropriate came out. So lean to the right. Turn the heart a little to the ceiling again. Maybe it feels pretty similar to before, or perhaps some change. Draw your torso back up to center this time. Release the arm straight overhead, then out to T. And once the arm is at T, turn the palm backward. Take the back of the hand toward your low back curve. Now, if you're very mobile, you could take that hand all the way so that it wraps around the right curve of your waist. If that's comfortable and available, you can lace your fingertips together so that your hands bind. Now, if that's not available, the hand can be on the low back curve, or it could even be on the waist or hip. So choose something that feels stable and don't force anything. So once you've taken that action, whichever it is, lower your left shoulder down away from your ear. Take your right hand either onto the hip or bound hands together. point your right elbow backward, draw your shoulder down. Take the right ear toward your right shoulder and pause. Clarify left shoulder down and back. Chin to throat, gaze forward. This is similar to what the head has done earlier. Not turning the head toward the floor yet. Inhale into your belly. Exhale longer. Now begin to rotate your head. Keep this tilt. Rotate your head so that it's like you're looking down toward your right shoulder, right leg. You might find a yummy spot here, or tip the forehead now toward the ground so the head kind of rolls forward a little bit, accessing more of the posterior aspect of the neck. And feel free to listen to the wisdom of your body, so you don't have to do things exactly how I say. You might find a spot that feels pretty good. And as always, if anything is painful or causing problems, you can come out or change what you're doing. Now draw back up through center, release the hand, roll your shoulders out if needed, then reach the right arm up to frame your ear. Turn the palm in, then turn the palm back, bend the elbow so that the hand comes to the back of your shoulder or even behind the neck, so it depends on your mobility. Reach the left arm up, hold on to your elbow, spin the elbow forward, press it back, root your shoulder down. Ground down equally into both hips, lengthen through your spine, lateral bend to the left. Turn the heart slightly to the ceiling, crunch your front front low ribs down toward the navel. Not that you need to roll forward, just resisting overarching the low back. Draw back up through center, release the arms, roll them out a little if needed, and then reach your right arm to T. Turn the palm down and then backward. Take the back of the hand toward the low back curve. Remember, if not available, place it on the waist or hip. If very available, take it all the way over so that the back of the hand loops around the curve of your waist. If that happens, you can lace your hand together. If not, left hand now just also goes on the hip. Then root your right shoulder down and back. Left shoulder down, carry the elbow backward. Tuck the chin toward the throat. Lengthen through your spine, left ear to left shoulder. If you would like, you can now turn your gaze so that the head looks toward your left thigh, left shoulder. This might be the place you hang out a little bit, or you might tip your forehead forward. For my needs, I'm going to stay with left ear toward left shoulder. But remember, move in the way appropriate. Listen to your body. It's very wise if you listen. If attention has wandered, notice that. Inhale into your belly. Let your exhale be longer than your inhale. Draw your head upright. Release your arms. Roll your shoulders out. And then reach your arms out into a T position. Begin to turn the right palm down and the left palm up. And then keep going in that direction. So one arm is internally rotating, the other is externally rotating. Be a little soft here, so not so rigid. Embodying water again, so there's fluidity. And begin to notice I'm rotating my head in the direction of my palm that faces up when the thumb faces back. So feeling a little bit free. You might even allow the thoracic spine, the rib cage to move. And then once you've done each side equally, bring that to stillness. Turn your chest, your heart, toward the right. Take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh or hip, or hold on to the chair arm, whatever it is. Draw your navel up and in. Pick up your entire rib cage. For some, lift the front heart space away from the navel. For others, like in my body, I need a little more thoracic flexion. So I'm going to pick up my back ribs away from my low back curve. Find the place that creates space and integrity. Turning the heart to the right, now turn your gaze toward the right. Reach your right arm out into a T position or place the right hand on your hip. Come to center and switch sides. Take the right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Turn the heart toward the left. Either lift the front heart space away from the navel or lift the low back ribs away from the low back curve. Shoulder away from ear, left arm to T, or left hand on hip. As Bambi says, the birds are Twitter-pated here. All right, so take your hands now. Bring your palms together, lace your fingertips together, and then turn your fingers toward you so that the wrists are facing away, and then open up so that your palms face away and lengthen through your arms. Begin to alternate flexing your upper back. So I'm going to create distance between my hands and my heart. And then keep arms straight, pull your heart and your hands as close to each other as you can without bending your elbows. Alternate that action. Use inhale to draw the heart and the hands toward each other without bending your elbows. Keep your hands at the height of the heart or the shoulders. And each time you create distance between the hands and the heart, breathe out. Bring that action to stillness. Release the hands, roll out the wrist if needed. And then listen carefully for this one. If you haven't been watching the video, you might take a peek now for clarity. Reach your arms out into T. Crisscross your right arm over your left arm. Then my palms are now facing away from each other. Turn the palms down, palms toward each other, thumbs down. Lace your fingertips together. Once you've created that bind, begin to bend your elbows, carry the hands toward your heart, kind of pull through, and then you're going to try to straighten your elbows. Now, if you're pretty tight, that might not be near happening. So this side's available for me and my body, but on the other side, you will see no way. And then find the place you might pause. Exhale longer than inhale. Face soft, jaw soft, spine long. Come on out of that. Roll that out. Then reach the arms to T. Crisscross the left arm over the right arm. Right now my palms face away. My thumbs are pointing up. I'm going to change that. Turn the thumbs down, palms toward each other. Lace your fingertips together. And then begin to move on this side. Ooh, tight. So each new moment is its own. One side does not often show up or appear to be the same as the other side, so finding asymmetries in the body. And then the next time you move towards straightening, pause. Release on out of that, roll out your wrist. We've got one more thing. All right, so reach your arms to T. Crisscross the right arm over the left arm, but make this crisscross as tight as it can be. So hands are at the height of the shoulder, crisscross as tight as you can, then bend your elbows. So elbows are at 90 degrees. Keep the binding that you have made from that cross. You see the place where my right arm and left arm have made contact. Keep that contact. Take the back of your hands toward each other. If that happens, move on. If it doesn't, stay with that effort. If it happens, take one more wrap so that the hands are now also twisted. Whether you've got back of the hands toward each other, the extra bind, or a lot of space and just your effort, stay with it. And then begin to draw your elbows up away from your front heart space. And then lower them back down. And then come to stillness if you'd like a little bit more. Round your heart toward your navel. Try not to collapse through your low back as well, so keep your low back neutral. Draw your front heart space backward and slightly downward. And relax the forehead toward your arms. Draw your heart up, release that bind. Take any action you need to take care of yourself, your body. Then reach the arms to T, crisscross the other way. So left arm crisscrosses over the right, crisscross as tight as you can so that crossing happens as high up on your arms as possible. Hands at height of shoulders, then bend the elbows to, I keep hitting my mic, sorry guys, I don't know what it sounds like on your end, but bend to 90 degrees, take the back of the hands toward each other. If that effort is enough, don't go further. Just stay with that effort, maintaining integrity, or wrap one more time. So left hand will go in front of right and palms will come together. Then begin to alternate, lifting and lowering the elbows. Next time you lift your elbows up, pause. Begin to take your heart backward. Front ribs a little down. Tuck the chin toward the throat, forehead toward the arms. Draw up and out. Unravel, unwind, then roll out your shoulders one last time. All right, thank you so much for joining me this morning for a little practice in my backyard. I miss everyone. I miss teaching to real people, and I'm so excited that we have this as an opportunity to do something, but I sure can't wait till I can see everyone again. So hope everyone's doing okay, and thanks again. Namaste.